Hey friends, welcome into another edition of 4 Minutes on Friday. Was reminded of something here recently, and that is one of in fact, the oldest ongoing study in the United States and probably in history as well. It comes out of Harvard University. It is the study of adult development. Its current head, and he is the fourth director of this because this has been going on. This study has been going for more than 80 years now. So the fourth director of this study of adult development, his name is Robert Waldinger, and he gives a really great TED talk. I'll put a link in the description if you are so inclined to take that in. It's only about 12 minutes long. Really good. He talks about a lot of different findings throughout the course of the 80 years, and they still are. I think the most recent thing I read, there are, I don't know, half a dozen or so individuals who were a part of the original study that are still alive. And you can check out more details on that. One of the things that I thought was extraordinarily interesting is this. One of the findings, there is a 95% predictor of your success or failure, and it is not that you have well-established goals. It is not the kind of job you have. It's not any of those things that we could easily point to and go, well, if you have the right education, then you're going to have a high measure, a high degree of success or failure. It's not any of those things. It has everything to do. Again, this is 95% predictor of your success or failure from the time you are a kid through 80 plus years old are your relationships. I thought that was fascinating. That is a very interesting thing, that relationships are extraordinarily important. And like I said, Robert Waldinger in his TED Talk, he details some of this stuff in talking about what exactly good, solid relationships, stable relationships, how that impacts your health, your mental well-being, all of those kind of things. But I just thought that was extraordinarily important. Enough so that we really need to take stock of the relationships that we have. And if those relationships are feeding us, if those relationships are healthy, if they are creating a sense of well-being for us, and if they're not, ask some questions. No, I'm certainly not suggesting, well, if those aren't, meeting the need, then we just, jettison them and get rid of them. I think we need to ask some good questions about relationships that we have, why we continue to hold on to relationships that are filled with strife, filled with difficulty. What is it that is creating or causing or adding to that stress and that difficulty? Is it something that we're doing? Is it something that we need to change? Is it something that we need to adjust? Again, I think we've talked about this on this channel before, is self-awareness and asking good questions about what it is that you're doing. What are you doing? What am I doing on a daily basis that's leaning into and adding to my sense of physical or mental health? Or am I doing things that's kind of taking away from my mental or physical health? And again, this 80-year-old study now says that our relationships are the most important thing among all the other things that we do, our job, our sense of success and achievement, our goals that we want to have, that things that we want to pursue. Our relationships are most important. So consider that today, and be aware of the relationships that you have. And if there is strife and difficulty in your most consistent relationships, be aware of that. That maybe there is a change that needs to happen, and maybe it's your change. Maybe it's an attitude or a heart change that needs to happen for you. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's you. All right, we'll see you next week.